Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. It may not be your parents' Ghostbusters, but to all the haters out there, back off, man. It's a Ghostbusters movie.
There's something strange in the neighborhood. Who are they gonna call? If there's something weird and it don't look good, who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
Well, I'm sorry, what was that?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters! We're the Ghostbusters. Can I tell you something else? It's important.
What?
Busted makes me feel good.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is the fourth film in the franchise that continues to bridge the gap between Gen Xers, who grew up with the original 1984 classic, and today's new generation of fans. Written by Gil Kenan, Jason Reitman, and the late Ivan Reitman, the film begins with Egon Spengler's daughter's family, including Paul Rudd's Gary Gruberson, moving to New York, where they set up shop to reopen the ghostbusting business where it all started back in the 80s. Phoebe, played wonderfully by the talented McKenna Grace, gets benched when the mayor of New York, who is currently Walter Peck, the original adversary of the Ghostbusters crew from 40 years ago, cites child labor laws as the reason behind her being sidelined. As the rest of the fam is out trapping ghosts without her, she goes for a walk by herself in New York City at night in a park. Despite the fact she survives how dangerous this would probably be in real life to a 15-year-old girl, I digress. She encounters a female apparition in the park where she has a nice game of chess along with some deep conversation about the afterlife. Meanwhile, Dan Aykroyd's Ray Stantz is now running an antique shop, just like in the previous film, when Nadim Razmati, played by Kumail Nanjiani, walks in with a strange orb from his grandmother's collection of stuff. Unbeknownst to either of them, the orb is possessed by an ancient scumbag that has the power to freeze anything and everything he wants. Long story short, the spirit gets out and unleashes holy hell on the city of New York. The jokes in this are corny at times.
Phoebe Spangler, you stay inside this car.
I have a ghost to bust.
Eye rolls may be in your future if you happen to see this one. If you like Paul Rudd, you'll probably like him in this. He has nice comic timing as always and plays a guy just trying to encourage Phoebe to not grow up as fast as she wants to. The special effects have come a long way since 1984, that's for sure, and as far as the story goes, I thought it was plausible in the context of the Ghostbusters universe. Certain ideas I thought were executed in a way that seemed like it was done just for the nostalgia of it all, though. I won't lie, I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan from the beginning, and having seen all the films on the big screen, I can honestly say that I did like this movie. I didn't love it, but I would probably see it again. I love the new characters, and bringing back the old ones will always have a place in my heart. I will say, as good as Jason Reitman's script collaboration is, I think I miss Harold Ramis's mark on the series. His humor and style from the original is truly missed. Venkman has some good lines that remind us of the old days.
It's all dark and horny at 12 o'clock.
But for the most part, these are new times with new characters. As many haters out there that want to tear down this film, I won't do it. The story has some original ideas that I thought were interesting and fun. If you ask me how I would rank this one, I would say this is my third favorite of the series, just above Ghostbusters 2. They can't all be great. Now for some spoilers. Skip this section if you want to go into this movie without too many preconceptions. One of the original plot points I liked about this film was the process of removing a spirit from its host. There was a little annoying ghost, more like a ray of light, that possessed inanimate objects. The way they animate the inanimate objects it possessed was brilliant, I thought. Much like Pixar's table lamp animation, this spirit gives even a folding chair a personality. I loved it. They had a machine that would separate the ghost from the object. That's something new, I thought. But when Phoebe decides to use the machine to try out the afterlife for 2 minutes by removing her soul from her body, that's where I got more interested. And that's when all hell breaks loose from the evil spirit I mentioned earlier. The plot is somewhat involved, and if you're going to see the movie, I'll leave you with some things completely unexpected for you. But if this all sounds a bit hokey to you, then you won't care anyway. The ancient evil spirit and how he uses Phoebe's momentary out-of-body experience to release himself from his prison was pretty good, I thought. The complexity of it all seemed a little contrived, but I thought it worked. I wasn't thrilled with how they eventually took him out, though. It was a team effort, of course it was, and fire added by the Fire Master along with 6 or 7 proton packs from pretty much the old and new cast combined finally did the ghostly demon in. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Bringing back William Atherton to play Walter Peck, the original thorn in the Ghostbusters side, seemed a stretch. Having proven themselves as authentic, I would think even eating that much crow at the time would have convinced him that he was wrong. But apparently he still holds a 40-year grudge and still wants to take them down despite all the evidence that they're doing good work. I did, however, absolutely love the voice from the crowd at the end of the movie shouting, "Hey, Dickless!" when he's faced with television cameras wanting his latest comments on how the Ghostbusters saved the city. Even though the reference from the first one was in a private meeting with the mayor, it was one of my favorite Bill Murray lines from back then, so I did laugh out loud at that one.
They use sense and nerve gases to induce hallucinations. People think they're seeing ghosts. And they call these bozos who conveniently show up to deal with the problem with a fake electronic light show.
Everything was fine with our system until the power grid was shut off by Dickless here.
They caused an explosion.
Is this true?
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
All in all, I liked it. Sure, there may be enough cheese in this one to eat nachos with, but if you want some nostalgia mixed in with some great new cast members, don't miss it. I'm still unclear how the Stay Puft Marshmallow packages are still being possessed, but just go with it. Just go with it. Don't ask too many questions because they won't get answered. Take the kids because they will probably be thrilled that Podcast is back. Phoebe is the central character again, and McKenna Grace does such a good job with her. It's hard watching how fast she's growing up, not to mention how much older Bill Murray and the others look. But hey, that's what 40 years does to all of us. So embrace the pace. As always, like and subscribe to support my channel, and let me know in the comments if you liked the movie or you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Be kind to each other out there.